Ben, a software developer for PestRoutes, and today I'm going to show you a set of features that we've classified trend reports. Within trend reports, we have structures, conducive conditions, pest activity, chemical mix ratios, persistent bait, and office and customer reports to reflect this new data we're gathering. To begin, I'm going to show you the new settings. Under Admin, Preferences, Customer Preferences, Structure Templates, you can define pre-built structures that you can then assign to customers and mutate as needed to reflect the actual layout. So let's say you're in a neighborhood and every neighborhood has houses with a master bedroom and a secondary bedroom, and both of those bedrooms have a closet and a bathroom and a garage. You can use this template, apply it to the customer, and then in the field modify it to add maybe an attached garage or a third bedroom, or whatever modifications the house has. I'm going to show you how to do a new template. Show you how easy this is. It's a 2-story home. Right, that's a decent house. We're going to save that and we'll use that in a little bit. Next we have condition types. Something like gnawing or droppings, or you've detected magic. This is a very simple setup. You just type in the field and save it. You use these condition types in the condition templates, or you can create custom conditions in the field. Let's say that we've discovered mouse droppings. The responsible party will reflect whether the pest control company needs to fix it or the person the pest control company is servicing. Say the food processing plant janitorial staff is responsible for cleaning it up. But in this case, mouse droppings, we're going to recommend laying traps. We'll mark it as a medium severity. Okay. Under chemicals, we've added mix ratios. So for this mix ratio field here, you specify in the numerator the active ingredient ratio compared to the solution you're mixing it into. Specify the units for each of these, and this will reflect differently on PestRoutes. We'll show you that in a little bit. Also on chemicals, we have persistent bait. Say this multi-chem here. I don't want to change that. This H2O chemical type is a bait chemical. If you flip this flag here, is bait, from yes to no, it will hide a number of fields that you don't need, inventory tracking fields and such. And you can assign these baits to an equipment type and track the amount of bait that is left inside of the equipment over time. And we'll show you that on PestRoutes. Let's set up a new customer. In order to set this customer up as a structure customer, you need to flag it as structures in this field here. Change it from single unit to structures, like you would for a multi-unit setup. So this is John Doe at 111 Main. Give him a standard subscription. Then we'll set up his structures. Now we'll use that template we created earlier. Go ahead and assign it to the customer from the office so the technician doesn't have to do it. We'll just call this the main house. And we'll say, oops, they have an appointment today. Let's go ahead and service that appointment. So inside of this appointment card here, we have a new tab for structures. Let's say you're walking around the facility. You'll want to navigate through this layout of the facility as you walk through it. So if you're on floor 1 in the master bedroom, you tap this button here. I'll do that again. It'll bring you into this new interface. Here you're assigning conditions, activity, equipment, and products to the master bedroom. So we'll first add equipment. Lovely barcode. We'll say that is a multi-trap assigned to the general service plan. Inside of this multi-trap, we know that the multi-trap has a default bait type of water, so what I'm going to do is just go ahead and save the equipment, and it will prompt me to add the water bait. And if I go back into the multi-trap, we'll see that that was added with a bait level of 100%. It hasn't been removed. It doesn't have a barcode because what are we going to stick it on, right? Certain setups, such as Centricon, you'll have a top cap barcode as well as a bait barcode, and you'll want to scan both of those. So it's a very useful feature to have, this bait barcode scanning. So we'll use this equipment to assign some activity. This multi-trap captured one rodent. Say that inside of this bedroom we discovered some danger. We'll say that our pest control company doesn't deal with that. We can also copy these conditions from a template. Let's say we found some cat droppings in the bedroom. Go back and change that cat dropping to high priority. There were a lot of them. And I guess traps for the cat will be treats. Let's also add some chemicals. Add our multichem. We're saying that we're going to mix 1 part of multichem with 2 parts of water. And we're measuring both of those in cubic centimeters because reasons. We have 1 cubic centimeter of multichem diluted by 50%. Active ingredient 100%. And we're going to spray this multichem. Okay. So we added all of that to the master bedroom. I'm not going to walk through the rest of these because for the sake of time, but we'll go ahead and add a product just to the property itself. GenChem, 1 cubic centimeter, save, to show that you can still do that. Let's go ahead and set this as a completed appointment. And we'll go back to PestRoutes. John Doe's been completed. If you look at his appointment card, you can see the structures, what was inspected and what was not inspected. So they walked into the main house, into the main master bedroom, and they scanned. But none of these other items were scanned. From here you can also add products if something was missing. Let's go to the customer card. From here we have the structure tab. If you go to the main house, floor 1, master bedroom, you'll see all of these things that we added. Inside of this equipment brings us to the old equipment interface, allows you to change the label and save it and such. This bait might be new to you. You can set the level of bait here, save it. Back to structures, activity, this will bring you to the appointment card where you can see the product usage report. The new notification. Under here we've added conditions. We've added the structure that the condition applies to. We've added the activity. For equipment inspection, we've added the ability to set an exception for why an equipment was not inspected. So if we go back here to PestRoutes and I scan this, let's reload that. If I go to the equipment, I can add an exception and say that we couldn't find this equipment, so we skipped it and we left a note. In the service notification, that would reflect here and change the percentage and number inspected and add a note as to why it was not inspected. Activity report. Didn't have much activity. Within the Structures tab, we have these 2 reports, the Condition Report and the Pest Activity Report. These are more or less standard PestRoutes reports that are just contained within the customer card. All of the filters are up here, with your date ranges that we would see elsewhere. You can filter by structure, responsible party, etc., and export as PDF. We didn't have anything for that category. We put that one on the customer. Okay. For pest activity, this is a kind of a bar line chart that shows change over time. Say we're looking for feral cats over time. We didn't log any feral cats, so there are no entries, but we did log, I think it was a mouse. And that house was on a master bedroom. These reports are also available in a much larger format in the customer portal. You can get there from the admin panel portal login button. This is also available to the customer as a self-service thing. They can come in and check their activity and send reports whenever they want without bothering you. We've also added some new options to the history field, or tab section, what have you. Allows them to access their product usage reports, their pest activity reports, their condition report. The new service notification, and of course they can navigate through all of these things here and see unresolved conditions, resolved conditions, activity, etc. Small note for the service notification. A condition that is unresolved will continue to appear on every service notification until it's resolved, and also the service notification that resolved it. So if you don't resolve a condition, it's going to show up on their service notification each time. I believe that covers everything. If you are also using Centricon, then your equipment types can be flagged as Centricon equipment types, and also your bait types can be flagged as Centricon bait types. I'll cover that, or I have covered that in a separate video. Thank you.